The warm aroma of fresh-baked goods filled Sweet Dreams Bakery as Marcus Rivera knelt down to his 7-year-old daughter Sophia's eye level, his heart breaking as he tried to find the right words. Behind them, the display case showcased dozens of beautiful birthday cakes, each one a small work of art that might as well have been on another planet. "Mija, I need to explain something to you," Marcus said softly, his calloused hands gentle as he brushed a strand of dark hair from Sophia's face. At 34, Marcus worked 2 jobs to keep them afloat since his wife Carmen had passed away from cancer 2 years ago. But this month's unexpected car repairs had left their budget completely devastated. Sophia looked up at him with the same warm brown eyes as her mother, clutching the drawing she had made of her dream birthday cake. 3 layers with purple frosting, rainbow sprinkles, and 7 dancing unicorns made of sugar. "Is it about my cake, Papa?" Sophia asked quietly, her voice carrying a wisdom beyond her years. She had learned to read her father's expressions during the difficult months after her mother's death, understanding more about their financial struggles than any child should have to. Marcus felt his throat tighten as he looked at his daughter's hopeful face. "Baby, Papa has to cancel the cake order. I know how much you wanted it, and I promise we'll figure something out for your birthday. Maybe we can make something special at home." From across the bakery, Victoria Hartwell observed this heartbreaking scene while pretending to examine the pastry selection. At 39, Victoria was the CEO of Hartwell Industries, a luxury goods company that had made her one of the youngest billionaires in the country. She had stopped by the bakery to pick up treats for her assistant's retirement party, but now found herself completely absorbed by the quiet dignity of this father's love for his daughter. Sophia's lower lip trembled slightly, but she straightened her shoulders with determination that reminded Marcus so much of Carmen it took his breath away. "It's okay, Papa. I don't really need a fancy cake. As long as you're there, it will still be the best birthday ever." Marcus pulled his daughter into a tight hug, fighting back tears at her brave response. "You are the most wonderful little girl in the whole world. Sophia, your mama would be so proud of how strong and kind you are." Behind the counter, bakery owner Mrs. Chen watched the interaction with a heavy heart. She had known the Rivera family since before Sophia was born, had made Carmen's birthday cakes, and watched this little family navigate their most difficult times. "Mr. Rivera," Mrs. Chen said gently, "perhaps we could work out a payment plan for Sophia's cake? It's already been started, and it seems a shame to waste it." Marcus shook his head, his pride warring with his love for his daughter. "I appreciate the kindness, Mrs. Chen, but I can't accept charity. I'll pay you back as soon as I can, but I can't take on debt right now with Sophia's school expenses coming up." Victoria found herself moving closer to the counter, drawn by something she couldn't quite name. In her world of corporate boardrooms and luxury, she rarely encountered such raw authenticity. This man was clearly struggling, but his dignity and love for his daughter shone through every word. "Excuse me," Victoria said softly, approaching their small group. "I couldn't help but overhear. I'm planning a large order for a corporate event, and I was wondering if I could see some examples of your work." Mrs. Chen looked puzzled but nodded. "Of course. We have several display cakes that show our different styles." Victoria studied the cakes in the display case, then pointed to an elaborate 3-tier creation with intricate frosting work. "This is beautiful craftsmanship. How much would something like this cost?" "That particular cake would be about $300, Mrs. Chen replied. "Perfect," Victoria said, pulling out her business credit card. "I'd like to order 5 of them for delivery next week. But first, I was hoping you could show me the process of decorating. Would it be possible to watch your baker work on whatever cake you're preparing next?" Mrs. Chen's eyes brightened with understanding as she glanced toward Sophia's drawing on the counter. "Actually, we have a special order that we're about to start. A beautiful unicorn cake for a very special little girl's birthday." Sophia looked up with confusion. "But Papa said we had to cancel my cake." Victoria knelt down to Sophia's level, her expression gentle but serious. "Sophia, that's your name, isn't it? I heard your papa say it. You know, I run a big company, and we're always looking for creative consultants. Your drawing here is exactly the kind of artistic vision we need for a project we're working on." Sophia tilted her head, not quite understanding but sensing something important was happening. I'd like to hire you as our official creative cake consultant, Victoria continued with complete seriousness. Your job would be to supervise the creation of this cake to make sure it meets our company's high standards for an upcoming celebration. The payment for your consulting work would be getting to keep the cake once our photography is complete. Marcus stared at Victoria in amazement, recognizing both the kindness and the careful way she was preserving his dignity. Ma'am, you don't need to— Mr. Rivera, is it? Victoria stood and extended her hand to him. I'm Victoria Hartwell, and I absolutely do need Sophia's expertise. Looking at this drawing, I can see she has an exceptional eye for color balance and design composition. Those are rare talents. Sophia beamed with pride at being recognized as an expert in something. I do know a lot about unicorns and what colors look best together. I can tell, Victoria said seriously. Mrs. Chen, would it be possible for Sophia to work with your decorator on this project? I'd like to document the process for our company's social media campaign about supporting local artists. Over the next 2 hours, Victoria found herself genuinely enchanted as she watched Sophia work with the bakery's decorator, offering suggestions about unicorn placement and insisting that each one needed to have a slightly different expression to show their unique personalities. Marcus stood nearby, still somewhat stunned by this stranger's extraordinary kindness. Ms. Hartwell, I don't know how to thank you for this. Sophia hasn't been this happy since before her mother passed away. Please, call me Victoria, she replied, watching Sophia carefully adjust a sugar unicorn's mane. And you don't need to thank me. Watching Sophia work has actually given me some genuine insights for a children's product line we're developing. As the afternoon progressed, Victoria learned about Marcus's life, his work as a night security guard and weekend landscaper, his dreams of eventually opening his own gardening business, and the way he balanced work and single parenting with quiet determination. You know, Victoria said as they watched Sophia add the finishing touches to her unicorn cake, my company has been looking for someone to design and maintain the gardens at our corporate headquarters. It's a substantial property, and we want someone who really understands how to create beautiful, sustainable landscapes. Marcus looked at her carefully. Victoria, you've already done more than enough for us today. You don't need to— Marcus, I'm not offering charity, Victoria said firmly. I'm offering opportunity to someone whose character I've observed firsthand. The way you spoke to Sophia, the dignity you maintained even when you were hurting, the values you're teaching her through your actions rather than just your words. Those are the qualities we want in someone representing our company. Sophia ran over to them, frosting on her fingers and joy radiating from her face. Papa, Victoria, come see my cake. It's even more beautiful than I imagined. The cake was indeed stunning. 3 perfect layers with purple frosting that shifted from lavender to deep violet, rainbow sprinkles that caught the light like tiny gems, and 7 sugar unicorns that seemed to dance around the tiers, each one unique and magical. Sophia, this is absolutely perfect, Victoria said with genuine admiration. You've created something truly special. We created it together, Sophia corrected generously. Mrs. Chen did the hard parts, I did the designing, and you helped make it possible. Marcus felt tears form in his eyes as he watched his daughter's pure joy. For the first time since Carmen's death, Sophia looked like the carefree child she was meant to be. There's one more thing, Victoria said, pulling out her phone. I'd like to take some photos of Sophia with her creation, and I'd like her permission to feature this cake on our company's website. We're launching a campaign about the importance of supporting young artists and their families. 6 months later, Marcus stood in the garden center he had just opened with Victoria's investment partnership, watching Sophia help customers choose flowers for their own gardens. His landscaping business had grown beyond his wildest dreams, and Victoria had become not just a business partner, but a dear friend who understood that the most valuable things in life couldn't be measured by profit margins. Sophia had become something of a local celebrity after her cake. Design was featured in Victoria's company campaign, leading to regular consulting work with local bakeries and even a small scholarship fund that Victoria had established for young artists. You know, Victoria said as she joined Marcus at the register, I never properly thanked you for that day at the bakery. Thanked me? Marcus looked puzzled. Victoria, you changed our entire lives. If anyone should be grateful, Marcus, before I met you and Sophia, I had forgotten what really mattered, Victoria interrupted gently. I was successful but empty, wealthy but lonely. Watching you love your daughter so completely, seeing the way you chose her happiness over your pride, reminded me that the most important investments we make aren't in companies or properties. She looked out at Sophia, who was patiently explaining to an elderly customer why petunias and marigolds would make a beautiful combination. They're in people, Victoria continued, in relationships, in the next generation. Sophia didn't just get a birthday cake that day. She helped me remember what it means to be part of a family. Marcus smiled, understanding the deeper truth in Victoria's words. Carmen used to say that sometimes angels come disguised as ordinary people, and we don't recognize them until they've already changed our lives. Maybe we were all angels for each other that day, Victoria replied softly. Sophia needed her birthday dream to come true. You needed someone to see your worth and offer you opportunity, and I needed to remember that the most successful people aren't the ones who accumulate the most wealth. Then who are they? Marcus asked. Victoria watched Sophia laugh as she handed a bouquet to a happy customer, her face glowing with the same joy she had shown while decorating her unicorn cake. The ones who use whatever resources they have to help others bloom, Victoria said simply, and the ones who raise children who understand that the most beautiful things in life are created when people work together, with kindness and creativity, as Sophia ran over to show them a flower arrangement she had designed. Marcus realized that sometimes the most profound blessings come disguised as ordinary moments in neighborhood bakeries, where strangers become family and children's dreams become the foundation for everyone's new beginning. If this story touched your heart and reminded you that kindness creates ripples that can change entire communities, please give it a like and share it with someone who needs to believe in the power of compassion today. Subscribe for more heartwarming stories about unexpected connections and the magic that happens when we choose to help each other. And let us know in the comments about a time when someone's generosity changed your perspective on what really matters. Sometimes the most important business decisions are the ones that come from the heart.